We begin now our journey on the Barge of Sirius. The River of the Scarab. The scarab is the archetype of renewal and transformational birth. When working on the river of the scarab, visualize the sacred scarab as spreading its wings and vibrating them to a hum, a tone which quickens your spirit to renew itself. Feel these signals enter the bottom of your feet and vibrate upward through your form, especially resonant with each major chakra it touches. Once it has passed through the crown chakra at the top of the head, see the scarab fly out of this point and into the center of the earth. Feel the vibrating energy stir the entire planet into a transformational rebirthing. The mantra to intone is Om-Ni. Let us say it together now, 3 times. Om-Ni. 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 River of the Ankh. This archetype is the manifestation of life force through a co-creative aspect with humanity. Life force is unmanifest until it links with the human condition. The Ankh reveals the cooperation effort as much greater than merely the creation of the physical. Beyond this condition is the inherent ability of the human complex, the soul, mind, and body, to interact with and effect the greater logos of divinity. The Ankh addresses the element within us that is God. We are co-creators with the universe and not victims of circumstance or celestial whim. The Ankh is therefore also a symbol of divine love, manifest in the world, but not of it. Visualize the Ankh as your body, arms outstretched, with your feet touching the sea, embryonic fluid, and your head containing the luminous intelligence of your God self, merged with the sun of our solar system. Allow yourself to interact with the creative process as the power of life feeds the earth through your Ankh form. The tonal expression of the Ankh is Nu Ram. Let us tone it together 3 times. Nu Ram. Nu river of the winged disc. As you flow down the river of the winged disc on your Barge of Sirius, you enjoy the emancipation of your soul from the lesser world. The archetype of the winged disc is one of flight into the greater regions of consciousness, where only the purity of flight itself is sustained. Any thought heavier than a feather acts like a boulder, tying the initiate to the gravity of his/her own mind. Within the embrace of the winged disc is found divine guidance and the inspiration needed to achieve any spiritually motivated goal. When soaring with the winged disc, the initiate receives the radiance and ecstasy of the true self-expression. The formless mind sets free all inhibitions and accepts only images and ideas that are illumined by truth and beauty. Fear is no longer a boundary, for one has plunged into the depths of an airy sea where such gravities are non-existent. Visualize this expression of your spirit, loosened to the winds, flying above your barge as it pursues the star sea. Transfer this weightless spirit to the earth and all who live upon it. The tonal receipt for the winged disc is Ray Moon. Let us tone it 3 times. Ray Moon, Ray Moon, Ray Moon. The Sea of Sirius. You, the initiate, have reached the Sea of Sirius, bright star of the Great Bear. To the Egyptian... Start over with Sea of Sirius. Sea of Sirius. You, the initiate, have reached the Sea of Sirius, bright star of the Great Bear. To the Egyptian priesthood, this star was the gateway to illumination through the knowledge of karma. In understanding karma and its personal hold on that individual, one is able to transcend its bounds and receive grace. Thus, Sirius is the star of grace, for once seen, it reflects this understanding to your lower self, illuminating your entire being. On your magical barge, you have passed through all the rivers leading to this radiant source. Now you are received into its keeping. Visualize this receipt by surrounding yourself with a beautiful turquoise sea, and upon the horizon a white star glistens melodically, calling to your soul. You have found that center of harmony for you and for your mother planet. Manifest this thought as you intone Aska, and let us do so 3 times together. Aska, Aska, Aska. Now that you have traversed the 3 rivers of the star and are upon the Sea of Sirius, you approach the temple of Isis. There, in the midst of an isle in the star sea. Before you are allowed to disembark from the barge, you are given your feather of truth from Ma'at, the guardian of truth. It is she who weighs your heart upon a scale. If the feather she places upon the opposite balance is equal in weight, and your heart does not tip the scale, so you are worthy and ready to enter the temple of Isis. Visualize this ritual of weighing for yourself and as a representative for Earth and all her inhabitants. So as Ma'at gives you in ceremony your feather of truth, experience your own personal identification with karmic absolution and as planetary ambassador for the world as well. With your feather badge, you are free of self-judgment and ready to enter the temple.